Hey booktubers, I have, I guess it would be like a haul-a-thon, if you will. I have a bunch of books that I have acquired over the last month or so. I know I did a haul recently from Barnes & Noble, but this is stuff that I have gotten elsewhere, and so I thought I would show these things to you. This is going to be probably the short video, and I'm thinking it might be the only one. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. So I'm going to go through the books very, very quickly because I think I have probably about 15 of them. Some of them are Easton Press, my collector editions books, and a couple YAs, couple fantasies, stuff like that. So, okay, so I'll just start going through these really, really quickly. Here's an Easton Press book called The Plague by Albert Camus. And you can see, this one here is part of the Reader's Choice collection, I guess they call it, for 2010, which is almost done. I think there were 10 books in the collection. It's done. They have a new collection every year. So it only has one illustration in this book. But it is a famous book, apparently. I really don't know what exactly it is about, but it was part of the collection, so I went ahead and got it. Normally these books are, a lot of them have been 20th century books, so it looks like it was copyrighted in 1948. This one is part of the Greatest 100 series. This is the Decameron by, I hope I pronounce this correctly, but I think it's Boccaccio. I'm not sure. It's Italian. And I have researched this book a little bit I've heard of it, of course, over the years. And it is a book, I believe, of 10 different stories, translated into English around Anno, or around 1620, with an introduction by Edward Hutton. Woodcuts in the Renaissance manner by Fritz Credel, or Creedle. So this book is, yeah, look at that. It's a very large book, and it's double columned, like a newspaper almost, like that. But those are part of the illustrations. They're all woodcuts. So someone carved all those, and that is spectacular. I believe that, so there's another one. There is like a more modern, although when I'm just reading a little bit about this, there's a more modern translation of it, or more modern translations of it, but this must be a famous one, if Easton Press is going to make one. A lot of times their translations are a little bit older translations, though. Here is a YA book that just came out, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, and this has been on many, 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 many hauls recently, so I'm not going to go over that much. It's supposed to be kind of a creepy story, you know, and there's all kinds of really strange illustrations in it. Or I should say photographs. So that will be interesting to read that one. Here is a book about books, a book addict's treasury. And I believe I picked this one up. A book addict's treasury throws before the reader a quirky and engaging catalog of bookish behavior. This collection is intended to please anyone who has ever smelled a book before reading it, obsessives who, oh boy, surreptitiously rearrange other people's bookshelves, and book squirrels who own more volumes than is humanly possible to read. That would be me. And this invaluable volume describes the joys and vices of book love and has been compiled for addicts. Buy it. Within the hour, you will have stopped off at a coffee shop to read it. So, yeah. A lot of you who are book collectors and library, personal library lovers probably would really like that. Here is one of my Library of America books. It comes in a slipcase. They all pretty much look the same, except they're different colors. They are cloth bound, and I've talked about these before, and they have a little ribbon marker. These books are a fantastic bargain. They're like, well, on the subscription, they're about $25 a piece. But this is Carson McCullers, the complete novels of Carson McCullers, who is a famous 20th century author. And one of the famous ones that I've heard of her is "The Heart is a Lonely Hunter." That was written in 1940. So several novels that are in there. That's part of Library of America is part of a subscription that I have. This is a children's book, and I really don't understand exactly why I bought it. I just thought it sounded really, really cute. The Higher Power of Lucky. And I don't remember if I saw this on YouTube, that someone had it, or I don't know how I came across it. It was on the internet somewhere. Lucky, age 10, can't wait another day. The meanness gland in her heart and the crevices full of questions in her brain make running away from hard pan California, population 43, the rock bottom only choice she has. And I remember parts of this. You can see it is kind of a children's novel, and you know the writing and the illustrations there. I don't know. I just really thought it was interesting. So there's the back. It's the Slow Children at Play, and so okay. This one is, I believe, an adult fantasy, The Chosen by Richard Pinto, and this is a hardcover edition. And there's that. And I don't really know, at least offhand right now, I don't know a whole lot about it, but it seemed interesting at the time. So there's that. These are just coming out now. These are by Catherine Fisher, and they looked interesting to me. These are the Relic Master series. If you've watched her YouTube video on Incarceran and Safik, she also had one of the same kind of video background and take, if you will, where she described her Relic Masters series. The first two are out. They're coming out 1 month apart because she wrote them several years ago, and so she's releasing them all basically now. So this is book 1, The Darkest City, and this is book 2, The Lost Heiress. The covers are really neat. There's all 4 of the books there. The font in there is very large, so these will be very quick reads. I think they're considered young adult, possibly even middle grade. I'm not real sure. And it came with a bookmark. I pre-ordered these from Amazon, and I'll get one each month for the next, well, I got these two obviously the next 2 months. So here's some more adult fantasy. Tanya Huff, The Fire Stone. This is a mass paperback. This was published, I think, back like in 1990. Yeah, so this was a used paperback. It's kind of got a weird kind of a indentation there. I don't know what that's all about, but you know, I purchased it used. So, but the book itself seems to be in very good shape, other than this little crunch. So that's an adult fantasy. On another adult fantasy series, the first book of Outrimmer. This is by Chaz Benchley, and I believe these also, I think, were started back in 1998. And they're not available. I tried to get them as ebooks, but they're not available as ebooks, so I went ahead and got the paperbacks. And this is book 1, The Devil in the Dust, and then book 2, Tower of the King's Daughter. So yeah, not really terribly long. This has got like 240 pages. The writing is kind of typical that you would find, I guess, in mass market paperbacks. And I think, I'm going to look through here very quickly, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looks like 6 or 7 books in the Outrimmer series. then I got the book, of course, that everybody else has right now, Divergent. I did pre-order this one, and it came in like probably when everybody else's did. And what was amazing to me was that the writing is quite large in here, so I'm going to guess that this is going to be a pretty quick read. 487 pages, but the writing, or the font is very large and spaced apart. Okay, Easton Press book. This is another one for this, From the Earth to the Moon, and that is by Jules Verne. This one here, I believe, is in the Famous Editions set, which is a set of 10 books for this last year, 2010, and hopefully in 2011 they'll have another set of 10. And you subscribe to them. You can also get them individually too. Yeah, and it comes with a little insert that tells you about the book and how it was made, and about the story itself. So, but very, very beautiful. And this is book 1 in the Lewis and Clark expedition. This is part of the Greatest Adventure series. It's called The Journals of the Expedition, book 1. So this is actually, I love the United States on there. That's really cool. And as you can see, there is a line going across from here. This is backwards on my screen. But this is basically the Ohio River here. And then I guess it looks like it's getting into like the Missouri River, which goes across. And maybe goes into some other river over in here. I can't remember what that river's name is in Oregon there. But I should know the name of it. It just is escaping me right now. So, but the book has just a few illustrations like that in it. And it's, you know, Lewis and the story of Lewis and Clark's expedition across America, and I guess you could call it discovering, but I don't really like that term, but I guess discovering from a standpoint of modern mapping and things like that. So the story of that. And that is all I have in this gigantic haul, my catch-up haul, if you will. And I hope you enjoyed that. And I might do a long version. I'm just not sure yet. A lot of the books, most of you have already seen, so I'm not real sure. You can always check out the things, I guess, on Google of all the different stories that I have here. And so I guess that's going to be it. Catch-up haul is done. So, all right. See ya. Bye-bye.